Hi, and welcome to Amplify, amplifying the voices of Polk County Schools. I'm your host, Tanya Ramirez, and today I'm joined by Miss Mandy Rhymes. Thank you for being a guest on Amplify. You were nominated by one of your coworkers because they think you're doing something amazing. Can you please tell us your name, your current position, and how long you've been working as an educator?
I am currently teaching at Snively Elementary, a hidden gem, I feel like. It's a little homey school with lots of local kids. Um, I teach first grade, and I've been teaching since 2007. So,
Oh, wow. Awesome. Have you always been in first grade?
no, I've taught every grade but fifth grade,
Oh, okay.
but my
Awesome.
heart is in kindergarten and first grade.
Oh, all right. Nate. And it's the end of the year. You got one word. We're recording this the day before the last day. So, how are you staying positive and energized at this time of the year?
I just know that it's kind of like wrapping up my year. Um, I always have a few tears just because the kids are moving on. They're not my babies anymore. And a lot of them I've known since pre-K because I usually do the pre-K camp. So they were with me, then they went to kindergarten, then they're with me again. So it's like I already know the family. It's like I'm
Uh,
attached, I guess,
yeah, that is a
like
sad
that.
time.
But
Do
knowing
you,
I get to start again, new and fresh, in a couple months. So
yes. Um, what specifically about your students or role as a teacher inspires you to bring it every day? Like, obviously, you're doing something great to get nominated. So, what is it that motivates you to bring that extra?
Their aha moment. I like kindergarten and first grade the best just because I'm either their first teacher or I'm the first teacher that gets to see them read for real by themselves, not just sight word books, but actually read a story and understand what they're reading and be excited about that. Like, oh my gosh, I just read that, Miss Rhymes. And it's like, yay, you did. Let's cheer. The whole class cheers. But just that moment just keeps me going. Even I still have a few that are just right there on the cusp. We're still working. The last couple of days, we're still working because we want to make it over that hurdle. So
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like it's
great.
just making that, that's a big thing because if they don't learn to read, then they're in fourth or fifth grade and they're like, how'd they get here?
Yeah, and
So,
I actually taught fourth and fifth grade. That's where I'm coming from, and I always had such respect for you all because there were a few that would come and they had not learned how to read, and I thought, well, you'd have to have a whole class. You all are amazing to be able to turn them into readers is fast. I'm always amazed. So thank you. Um, what would you say your favorite part of being a teacher is? Is it that
the
aha moment, or
relation,
is there more?
um, it's actually the relationships I made. Um, when I was younger, my family and I were trying to get me and my husband were trying to get pregnant, and we went through all those crazy things. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to be a teacher and I'll have a class full of babies all the time. Well, finally, I did have my own baby, but they were my family. They were my babies. And I've been invited to so many graduations, and I'm the kindergarten teacher showing up. It's like kind of weird that the kindergarten teacher is going, but they invite me, and that's the kind of relationship that I've built with my kids and my families that I'm included in stuff like that, which is amazing.
Yeah, that is. Wow, that is great. Um, so what about when you have students with different learning styles, especially at that young age? How do you implement strategies to accommodate? Because as I was just talking to one of my friends, and it's almost like every teacher now needs to be an ESE teacher because we are dealing with so many exceptionalities and differences in the classroom. How do you handle that in kindergarten and first grade?
It's a lot of organization, and you have to know your kids. You have to know what they can handle and what they can do. But also, just because they're a kindergarten or first grader doesn't mean they can't do anything because they can. If you push them and you show them and train them, they can do a lot more stuff than people give them credit for. But a lot of it is I have to know the kids, I have to know what they can do. And it's a lot of, I don't want to say center play, but it is center play when we're in the K and one group. They still need that, even though, we're trying to read and do all the math problems.
Yeah. So, what is a brand new teacher? What would you want to tell them? The best advice that you could possibly give somebody brand new?
Have a routine for everything. Sharpening pencils, bathroom, lining up, pushing your chair, going to the carpet, every little thing. And you don't realize that you need all those until you teach kindergarten or first grade because it's a hot mess if you don't.
We would always say that we were going to take the fourth and fifth graders down to kindergarten and first grade because they had it going on with like the hugs and bubbles and the
Yeah,
routines. And we are like, maybe you need to get back into that.
right. Yeah.
um, how would you be able to incorporate fun and meaningful connections in the classroom while still hitting those learning goals? I know we have to have those, standards on the board and all that, but how do you still make it fun and interactive with your students?
Well, one way is if they eat it, they'll remember it. And if it gives them an emotion, whether it's a happy, fun emotion, or if they're frustrated, they're going to remember it. So if they can eat it or feel it, it sticks with them.
Oh, that's a great strategy. I like that. um, and what has been the most unexpected thing you've experienced that may even your college and other people told you was just not going to prepare you for, and just something you want to share?
Well, just a lot of the stuff that went to college for is not what I'm doing. The way they did lesson plans and even the way they teach the teachers now, it's not what we do. It's total like left and right, it's not. So, and I have interns usually in my classroom a lot, and the thing that I tell them is you just got to be prepared for the unexpected because just because you went to school and you had all these nice little lesson plans, your plan may not work with whatever group of kids you have this year, but next year it may be fabulous. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just you got to be flexible.
Yeah, that is great advice. Well, you seem like an amazing teacher, and I'm so glad that they still look to you at their graduations. That's amazing. That's a great accomplishment for you. Before we wrap up, I just have one question that I ask all my guests just for fun. When you were growing up, what was your favorite cartoon?
Strawberry shortcake.
Oh, I love her.
And then I have a redheaded baby.
Oh,
so
that's
so that was
great.
even more fabulous.
Well, thank you so much for talking with me today. I really appreciate it. And for our listeners, keep amplifying the good. Until next time, I'm Tanya Ramirez. Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. I think that was great.